Okay, here we are back again, this time with Revelation chapter 18. You're going to see in this chapter, I'm just going to read it to you much as I can, you know. If I start going off, Lord forgive me. But I'm going to read it to you as much as I can, because you're going to be able to see in this chapter that this is a description of this country. Okay? And it's not a description of, you know, let me just read it. If we get through it, I got a poem for you that I wrote 4 years ago. Okay? That the Lord will let me share with you if I get through this. So, Lord help me. Watch for yourself in this picture. Watch for our country in this picture. After this, I saw another angel coming down from heaven. He had great authority, and the earth was illuminated by his splendor. With a mighty voice he shouted, "Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great. She has become a home for demons, and a haunt for every evil spirit, a haunt for every unclean and detestable bird. For all the nations have drunk the maddening wine of her adulteries. The kings of the earth have committed adultery with her, and the merchants of the earth grew rich from her excessive luxuries." You might not think that you're living in excessive luxury, but compared to most of the rest of the world, you sure are. Excessive luxury. Then I heard another voice from heaven say, "Come out of her, my people, so that you will not share in her sins, so that you will not receive any of her plagues. For her sins are piled up to heaven." Let me just start that again. Lord, forgive me. You know, when I see this, I got to start again. Verse 4. Then I heard another voice from heaven say, "Come out of her, my people, so that you will not share in her sins, so that you will not receive any of her plagues. For her sins are piled up to heaven, and God has remembered her crimes. Give back to her as she has given. Pay her back double for what she has done. Mix her a double portion from her own cup. Give her as much torture and grief as the glory and luxury she gave herself. In her heart she boasts, 'I sit as a queen. I am not a widow, and I will never mourn.' Therefore, in one day her plagues will overtake her, death, mourning, and famine. She will be consumed by fire, She will be consumed by fire, for mighty is the Lord God who judges her." See, it's going to be God judging you. You think it's going to be terrorists that are, you know, coming in and doing all this stuff to you. But you know what? God sent them. He sent them. He didn't just allow it. He called for them. He sent for them. That's why they're coming. And that's why they're going to destroy this place with fire. Because mighty is the Lord God who judges her. When the kings of the earth who committed adultery with her and shared her luxury see the smoke of her burning, they will weep and mourn over her. Terrified at her torment, they will stand far off and cry, "Woe, woe, O great city, O Babylon, city of power! In 1 hour your doom has come. The merchants of the earth will weep and mourn over her, because no one buys their cargoes anymore. Cargoes of silver and precious stones and pearls, fine linen, purple, silk, and scarlet cloth, every sort of citron wood, and articles of every kind made of ivory, costly wood, bronze, iron, and marble, cargoes of cinnamon and spice, of incense, myrrh, and frankincense, of wine and olive oil, of fine flour and wheat, cattle and sheep, horses and carriages, and the bodies and souls of men. That's what the great American dream has done to you. You're selling your bodies and souls to a lie. You're not getting to keep any of this. They will say the fruit you longed for is gone from you. All your riches and splendor have vanished, never to be recovered. The merchants who sold these things and gained their wealth from her will stand far off, terrified at her torment. They will weep and mourn and cry out, "Woe! Woe, O great city, dressed in fine linen, purple and scarlet, and glittering with gold, precious stones and pearls. In 1 hour such great wealth has been brought to ruin." Every sea captain and all who travel by ship, the sailors and all who earn their living from the sea, will stand far off when they see the smoke of her burning. They will exclaim, "Was there ever a city like this great city?" They will throw dust on their heads, and with weeping and mourning cry out, "Woe! Woe, O great city, where all who had ships on the sea became rich through her wealth. In 1 hour she has been brought to ruin." In 1 hour she has been brought to ruin. When it starts, it's coming quick. You ain't going to have time to prepare, and then it's going to be over. Better get ready now. Here's the response. Here's what the angel's saying now. "Rejoice over her, O heaven. Rejoice, saints and apostles and prophets. God has judged her for the way she treated you." I don't know what else to say about that. Verse 21. Then a mighty angel picked up a boulder the size of a large millstone and threw it into the sea and said, "With such violence the great city of Babylon will be thrown down, never to be found again. The music of harpists and musicians, flute players and trumpeters will never be heard in you again. No workman of any trade will ever be found in you again. The sound of a millstone will never be heard in you again. The light of a lamp will never shine in you again. The voice of bridegroom and bride will never be heard in you again. Your merchants were the world's great men. By your magic spell, all the nations were led astray. In her was found the blood of prophets and of the saints and of all who have been killed on the earth." I don't have time for the poem, but you know what? I'm going to start with the poem next time because I just finished chapter 18. And we're going to start with 4 hallelujahs right after the poem. Don't miss it.